This shit has been so crazy because let me first put it down. Let me first take the last sip. Is that camera in a good eye level, or I should just raise it a bit? I love listening to intelligent convos like about people, which is crazy. What amazes me is like when I go outside and I see business still transacting, at least I know there is hope. Because that's the money that's running within the system, and it's something that is proven that exists in a way. So now it can't actually hold you like to a certain thought process, but it can like amplify your thought process in a way that it makes a lot of sense. Like in a way, it is that coffee is smoking like crazy. Look at that. I love how it is. So now it all switches up again. Started from the back. I mean, and again, as I said, this one was phrasing. That's the main core. But now it's so crazy because that was just something that I said. It doesn't make sense because it's just like phrasing. Again, I can say timing, right? Again, I can say like spaces, and again, I can say like you just chilling at some point. I love listening to intelligent convos like about people, which is crazy. I mean, it makes sense. It makes like a bit of a sense for you to have like nothing going on, like in the actual sense, like you having nothing going on, but actually you like being the thing that is going on because that's the only thing that makes it. I mean, even if you like explore the world and look around, you'll come to a realization that everything else is going on, but only you because you are like asleep, you're not going. I mean, what amazes me is like when I go outside and I see business still transacting, at least I know there is hope. Because that's the money that's running within the system, and it's something that is proven that exists in a way. So now it can't actually hold you like to a certain thought process, but it can like amplify your thought process in a way that it makes a lot of sense. Like in a way, it is that coffee is smoking like crazy. Look at that. I love how it is. That first sip of coffee is crazy because it first sets all like it sets the volume and the base of everything that happens underneath it or actually above it because that's the biggest of what. And again, hope the laptop I mean it's at least it hasn't opened with the fan today because once it opens the fan like it's actually like a noise. The fan the fan that you need the one that you need to isolate from the audio itself when I'm editing this. I mean it's a lot of work but that's nothing. I mean right now it's quiet so I don't know what I just thought about that. That's the biggest thing ever because this flashlight here is actually like blinding me in a way that makes sense and still like look at this. This is like my design that I'm doing shit. It doesn't even make sense in a way, but it's the biggest. I just like to live every day, live every time, like every little second of me existing and me just speaking of my thoughts. Like I feel it's so freeing. Imagine someone like telling you not to speak out, and now the time that they're telling you not to speak out, them themselves or they themselves are speaking out. I mean, you see, now you have to be so much stupid for you like to listen. I mean, if you tell me it's not a problem, but if you try like to convince me like to sway or agree to your own bullshit, now that's when now I'm like, okay, let me just wash my hands now. You see, it's like a fly, right? It has both the hind legs and the front limbs, right? So when it's washing up, like it first rubs the hands like this, and how it rubs like it behind under the wings. So that's how it is. Like that's how I rub it. I get ready because now this gets interesting. At least now we have something to speak of, right? Yeah. At least now there's something not that at least you stand for, because that means you have nothing that you stand for, and the thing that you stand for still makes no sense. So I think I don't even think like I don't see the need for me to get involved in that. So just like leave it alone and just me live my life because I was living before you came. So what did you actually add in my life? Because I'm all food, like I'm making money, I'm moving, like the skin is glowing. I mean, I'm healthy. You can see now I'm drinking coffee like crazy. This is like my second cup of the day. I mean, it makes sense. And this is the most expensive coffee ever. You see, it looks like milk in a way, but it's actually not milk, it's coffee. It's actually black coffee, but now this one is like 3 in 1. So the best blended coffee you can ever get out there. Anyway, I know the wrap I actually send it because you don't actually need to see my wrap coffee. I mean, if you're a coffee drinker, you actually know the best coffees that you drink. And you know, like, if I'm going to buy this coffee or if I'm going to get this coffee, like I'm in my best behavior ever because it's just coffee that I'm drinking. I mean, it doesn't make sense in a way, but if now we look at it like in those ends, in a way that makes sense, that shit can be amazing. And I don't know why I'm just holding this cup just talking. It makes a lot of sense to like it just looks cool, but with me holding the cup looks crazy because it's hot and it's heavy as fuck. So like I have to hold it in a way that makes sense to me. It's crazy. Wow. I just realized that I don't have a shoe collection. Yeah, just like my beaches. It's so crazy because I measure them in shoes. So I don't actually know what the title of this video will be about, but maybe something that is actually good, but also something that makes a lot of sense to like at some point. Because it's the best of the best thing that I can do right now is for me to try to acquire something that is there, that I actually know that I'm going to achieve it, but I don't feel the pressure to achieve it. But if I'm really going to achieve it, like I must put in the work that I need to achieve it. Like if it's editing a video, I know like I must learn how to edit, like I must learn CapCut, like I must have like an accessory or a tool to use when I'm editing this shit, which is so crazy and so diverse in a way that it blows my mind. I actually know what I need to do, but I do it like subconsciously and also like logically when I'm doing it, applying the right procedures, the right cuts, however I feel I need to. Which is so crazy because right now these videos they are going to be like a bit mad tacky at the start. But at the end it gets better, but I don't think that's then something that I can now rely on and say it gets better because I'm always the better. I mean, it will always be better every day because the video that I did yesterday will be the same that the one that I'm doing right now, which makes a lot of sense because I just like talking to the camera and shit without because even if it's streaming because I even thought of streaming but it's so crazy. But also at some point it's like I'm a very freaky person. I might be on stream and I'm a very forgetful person because my mind is running so fast. And now I might just do some shit and now what you see will not be my nodes, it will be my body, but now in your head you just like perceive it as nodes, which is crazy because as I'm saying now, you can't actually change the mind of a person until you change like what they know in their head, which is actually impossible. So you just leave them and get as much far away as possible. But if they also try to cross your way, like you have to show them that. I mean, yeah, that one I've done to like I've been there, so don't ever think that you'll never come and try to come and like take this thing away from you.